All right. Hello, 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 everyone. This is Dakisha Williams, your webinar strategist, coming here today to talk to you a little bit about three things to consider before you host your next webinar, masterclass, boot camp, whatever name that you want to call it. Okay. So, over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk to you about three main things that I want you to take in consideration. All right. For those of you all that don't know, this may be the first time that you are hearing the sound of my voice. I empower entrepreneurs to create consistent revenue, build their list, and create an automated sales systems using online trainings otherwise known as webinars. All right. So we've been having a lot of conversation in regards to the success of online webinars in business. And so I have a lot of people that are coming into my space, into the tribe, that don't necessarily know how to monetize them, exactly what the content should consist of. So here's where I want you to really start in regards of like getting yourself ready for your next online training. You ready? All right. If you're ready, type in the comments, I'm ready. All right. So number one, before you do anything, before you hit that live button, before you hit the record button, before you even plan out your next date, the first thing that I want you to take into consideration is you have to start with the end in mind. All right. Well, what does that mean for you? That means that you have to take in consideration what you are going to be selling. So what is your offer? Are you going to have them join your signature program, your high ticket program, your coaching program? Are you going to be selling tickets to a live event? You know, it could be, you can do a lot of things when you host an online webinar, and you can use it to build your email list, build your database, build your tribe, and also sell tickets or high ticket offers. All right. So that's the first thing you have to consider. It's like, what is the purpose of me doing this? If I'm going to be doing a 60-minute, 90-minute, or 2-hour masterclass, what do I want to get out of it? Do I want to build my email list? Do I want to build my database? Am I looking for warm leads? Am I looking for leads, period, of people that are interested in the products and services that I offer, right? So that's the first thing that I want you to think about. Number two, who's going to show up? That's the second biggest problem that a lot of people have is they go live or they host a webinar, they host a training, and then they're like, well, no one showed. Well, did you allow yourself enough time to promote your webinar? Did you allow yourself enough time to promote your webinar? And if you did you, what strategies that you use in order to get as many people registered for your webinar? So I actually have a training where I teach people how to target your first 100 registrations. All right. And then I think I did a training that specifically breaks down how you can get those 100 targeted registrants for your webinar. And I'll just kind of give you some quick tips. I ain't gonna give you all of them. All right. But so we use LinkedIn. I use LinkedIn to get leads. I use Facebook, of course, to get leads. I use TikTok to get leads. Instagram a little bit. So you have to figure out where your audience is. All right. And so majority of my audience, for real, honestly, they hang out on Facebook. And so we're building an audience on multiple platforms, but primarily when your girl log in the morning and sits down at her computer, she logs into Facebook. So I do check the other platforms, but we have a process or strategy that we use in order to get leads from every single one of those platforms. So you have to be strategic about your efforts. Fair enough? All right. So building your audience, and just understanding who is going to be participating, who's your audience that's going to be participating in your broadcast. And then the last thing that I want you to take in consideration are having your systems and automation in place. That is going to be crucial. There are several reasons that's crucial. So what do I mean by systems? So what are the what are the webinar systems that you use? A lot of people use Zoom webinar. I have a whole video on YouTube about why Zoom is not a webinar platform. Like that's a whole nother conversation for another day. And then your CRM. So do you have an email marketing system that you're using in order to capture names, email addresses, and phone numbers? So that's an email marketing system. Do you have an SMS system? Do you have a follow-up system? Do you have a oh my goodness, a nurture system? Like there's so many things, there's so many moving pieces that people have a tendency to forget when they actually decide that, okay, I want to do a live training and I want to invite people to this live training. But it's all the pieces that have to be put together in order to have an effective and profitable training. So for an example, when people register for our trainings, I'll give you an example. You can go register at 10xyourwebinars.com. Y'all like that plug? We actually have a live webinar that we are hosting. So 10xyourwebinars.com. Y'all can type that in the comment. All right. But when you watch that, check out the automation that comes with that, right? So when you register for that particular event, it's going to actually send you, it's automatically going to send you an email. It's automatically going to text you. It's automatically going to send you reminders like before the event. And I believe that we've set it up. I'm going to give you a sneak tip. I believe that we've set it up that 75% through the video, it's actually going to send you a text message and or an email too. So again, this sets you apart from the competition, but it also lets me know who watched the video majority of the training. All right. So who stayed for the majority of my training and then who bounced and who left without, getting to the end of the presentation. All right. So these are some tips that will literally or honestly take a $0 webinar and turn it into a 5-figure launch or a 5-figure webinar. Like you could literally make $5,000, $10,000 from using webinars in your business and just implementing some of these tips that I'm giving you. All right. So that's why the systems and the automation is important. But before I leave, I also want to say that it's very important to have a follow-up system in place as well, because we have a tendency to leave a lot of money on the table. And this is in anything, like in entrepreneurship, this could be anyone. Even if you do a live event, we leave money on the table because we don't follow up with people that we're not able to make it to the event. If you do a live training or you're hosting a webinar, you don't follow up with the people that registered, but they did not actually come to your live event, you should be following up with them. You should be putting that replay in front of their face. All right. And if they didn't stay to the end, you should be putting the offer that you're making at the end of your presentation. You need to be repositioning that offer right back in front of them. I'm telling you, this is how you pick up money that can be left on the table. Trust me when I say this. All right. So those are the 3 things I'm going to recap. Then we're out of here. So number 1, be sure to focus on what are you selling? What's your offer? What is the end goal that you have in mind? Number 2 is building the audience so that you can have the goal registrations that you wanted to have. Thanks for the likes and thanks for the thumbs up. And then number 3 is making sure that you have the systems and automation in place. I'm telling you, you want to have your systems and automations in place. It's going to be crucial. It's going to set you apart from others that are doing the same thing in your industry. And that's one of the things that I don't like for people to say is the market is so saturated. The market is so saturated. Let me tell you something, baby. What is for you is for you. And so the people that want to work with me will be attracted to me, my personality, who I am. And they are going to work with me. So I don't have to worry about anyone else that is out here teaching product launches, webinars, building a business. I don't have to worry about that because those individuals that are for me, they're going to be for me. With that being said, my name is Dakisha Williams, your webinar strategist. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. And if you want to use webinars in your business, you can go ahead and get access to our free checklist. You can go to www.mywebinarchecklist.com. That's www.mywebinarchecklist.com. And you can get access to our free checklist. And it helps you get started using webinars in your business. I'll see you guys next time.